Welcome back, everybody. It is Punchki Day. It's a tradition for us here at Local 4, and I am very excited for a special delivery from a woman that we all know and love.
Yes, it is definitely a tradition for us here. U.S. Congresswoman from Dearborn, Debbie Dingell, joining us live to talk this morning on this Punchki Day ahead of the State of the Union tonight with President Biden. And we know this is a tradition for you to join us that was actually started by your late husband years ago. So we are so happy to see you this morning. Good morning.
Good morning to both of you. It's good to be with you. And, you know, in times of turbulence, it's really nice to have rituals and traditions. So happy Punchki Day.
Absolutely. My 19 years of working here, and I've had Punchki from the Dingells every single year. So it is a special tradition.
And let it keep going.
Well, speaking of keeping going, of course, everyone has been on the minds and hearts, this war in Ukraine. Can you talk us through what's happening in Washington and these efforts to try to de-escalate?
So, you know, all of us are praying for the people of Ukraine. And even as we celebrate this Polish tradition, many of the refugees needing humanitarian assistance are pouring into Poland right now. What has been amazing is the resiliency of the Ukrainian people. President Putin is being given a much harder time than he expected. This is likely to be a very long war. These first few days, we've seen people die on both sides. But the world, I think that one of the things that President Putin did not expect was how unified the world would be in imposing sanctions. Switzerland, who's always been neutral, yesterday froze Russian assets. And I think, you know, democracies are under attack around the world. This is a direct attack on democracy, and we all need to pull together. And I want to make it also clear that President Biden has said there will not be boots on the ground in Ukraine, and we're going to support the people of Ukraine in every way that we can, but we are not going to go to war with Russia.
Speaking of President Biden, Congresswoman Dingell, we know that his State of the Union address is going to be happening tonight, a very pivotal time for that to happen. Obviously, Ukraine and Russia, that's going to be talked about, but what else can we expect his message to be overall?
Well, obviously, Ukraine's on the hearts and minds of all Americans. But I also think that he will talk about what we have accomplished and what we need to continue to do to be steady. We need to be steady in the way that we handle Ukraine, steady in the way that we handle Putin, and move forward. We're going into the next phase of COVID. You can't. If he does not talk about COVID and inflation, the American people will wonder what's going on. He will. He knows inflation's real for many Americans. What he's going to do to try to help address inflation, even as we're looking at escalating gasoline prices because of what's happening in Ukraine. It'll be a real speech. He will also lay out other things he wants to see the Congress yet do this year, and I hope he's going to pull the American people together.
Well, we certainly will be tuning in for that. Of course, you can watch the State of the Union right here on Local 4. And we're also going to be streaming that on clickondetroit.com. We're so thankful to be able to talk to you every morning, and thankful, well, this morning, and thankful for your delivery of Punchki that we're expecting a little bit later today. We're going to chow down. So thank you so much.